Well, hello everybody, and thank you for joining us today. We are live from the Granite Curling Club in Edmonton, Alberta. It's the final gold medal game of the Canadian Vision Impaired Curling Championship. My name's Corey Stuvey, and joining me today is Amber Boyd. Amber, welcome, Amber.
Hello,
Appreciate
thank you.
you being here this year. We just had some technical difficulties there. It's a pleasure being here today. We're here for the gold medal game, and it will be between the team from Edmonton, Alberta, representing Alberta. Home club is the Granite Curling Club, and a team from British Columbia from Vancouver. So we'll get into the who's participating as we continue on this afternoon. And we appreciate you joining us this afternoon. Teams are just throwing practice rocks now, and soon we'll be underway with the first round. I should also mention that Amber was the skip of the Regina team who participated in this event after an absence of a couple of years. You guys were back. So, Amber, what did you think of the week?
Oh, it's been an amazing week. We were so happy to be here. We had a ton of fun. I will not tell you what we placed, but we were so happy to be here.
Well, the fact that you're on the broadcast team tells us it wasn't one or two.
You're right.
But
You're
participating
right.
is the main thrust of this, and the sense of community and fellowship and all the rest of it is so important, as well as the curling itself.
It's all about the fun, guys. If you're not having fun, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah, you've got that right. Team BC is skipped by Mr. Fraser Hiltz, and playing third is Dave Viss. Playing second is Henry Viss. Their lead is Monica Nelson. Their sweeper is Tom Kennedy, and coach guide is Pat Willing. On the other side of things, the Alberta rink is skipped by Natalie Morin. Third is Roger Morin. Second is Steve Vandernees, and the lead is Laurie Heisert. Sweeping for the Alberta team is Carrie Anton, and the coaching guide is Mandy Collins. So they're about to get things underway here. It's the first end of the CVICC gold medal game, and it looks like the first rock is being delivered by Monica, so Alberta does have the hammer, and we're underway with our gold medal game. As the afternoon goes on, we'll try to be as descriptive as we can. Obviously, we appreciate the fact that a lot of people are tuned in who may be visually impaired and who may not be able to see the live camera feed that we're offering here, so you're relying on audio only. So we'll do our best to tell you what's going on this afternoon as it takes place. First rock was delivered, and she's right in front of the house. And Laurie Heisert has thrown her first rock in end number one. Monica's first rock was outside of the rings by about 5 feet, and Laurie Heisert just dropped one into the 8 foot at the other end of the ice, and it's sort of guarded. What we'll use for the most part is a clock system here, so 12 o'clock being the top of the rings, the back of the rings, and 6 o'clock will be the front of the rings. So Laurie's positioned her rock in the 4 foot at about a 10 o'clock position. So it looks like Fraser is wanting to take that rock out, or hopefully take that rock out and come up to it. Amber, you're the one that's going to have to tell me what's right and what's wrong here. You're the skip around here. I just
Doing so good so far, Corey.
I just watch too much curling. That's my problem.
That's perfectly fair.
Monica's first stone coming out. They're sweeping it, and it looks like they may be a little bit light on that one, but they're on it.
Yeah. Over the hog line.
And are they going to get it into the rings? They are, it looks like.
Center line, into the house.
Nice weight on
And
both
it's between
these
the
parts.
12 and the 8.
Yeah, you bet.
And it's right at 6 o'clock.
6
between the
o'clock.
12 and 8. That's a nice shot.
It is a nice one. Beautiful weight from both the leads. 3 rocks thrown and 3 rocks in play. The
Typically,
audio.
the lead position is a B1 or a total, so it's often quite hard to throw a good rock because as a totally blind, it's imagine trying to play a game totally blind. So to throw weight and line is incredibly hard.
You're so right, and we'll get into that as the afternoon goes on. Maybe we can talk about the makeup of a visually impaired curling team and the participants. Laurie Heisert took that last rock out. It was a hit and a roll. Left the shooter in place, and now we're looking at 3 of the 4 rocks in the house. Alberta line 1 and 2, with the British Columbia stone being 3rd rock. Yeah, let's focus on that for a second. So the blind curling rink is made up of a lead who is totally blind, and the other 3 participants are visually impaired. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
And the lead is usually instructed by an audio cue or a light held really close to they may have light perception really close to where they're delivering the broom or something of that ilk.
Yeah, so they can choose how they want their rock delivered. So, for example, the person throwing right now has a light on a broom that's being held for them. It's a white light. The light can be different colors. I've seen green, I've seen red, I've seen kind of a flashing light. This one's just a white light. And the guide is the one who holds the broom for them. And it can be held at the tee, at the hog, anywhere between the tee and the hog line, sometimes a bit closer. Or they can tap with their broom.
And that was the first rock delivered by Henry Viss. And he has nice draw weight, it looks like. It's coming into the rings. And it will
it rested.
At the back. In the 12. Or, no, it's gone through. It went too far, apparently.
It's in the 12.
Is it?
Yeah, it's just on
Oh, yeah, there we go.
It's at like 11 o'clock.
The other side of Natalie.
The joke of 11:30 in the 12 ring.
We're calling. They're shooting away from us now, so it'll get a lot better on the even number of ends here. Trust me. Here's hoping.
There's a monitor above us we can check out, but we have to crane our necks to see it. So
5 rocks thrown and 5 rocks in play. 4 in the house, in fact. First rock thrown by Steve, and they're not sweeping it.
Good weight.
Nice weight.
They're trying to hit the one at the back, one at the edge. Sorry, and it's hit it out. Yep, right out. Good. So it's sitting in the 8-foot at about 11 o'clock.
About 11 o'clock, and that is shot rock.
Yeah.
With British Columbia being probably 2 and maybe 3.
Yeah, so they're first and second shot.
Yeah.
And Alberta's fourth shot. 4 are sitting in the house.
Again, if you're just tuning in, this is the final gold medal game of the Canadian Vision Impaired Curling Championship from the Granite Curling Club in Edmonton, Alberta. Thanks for tuning in. We've had an incredible week of curling action here. It was a total round-robin environment for all teams. You've got the curling elite, blind curling elite from across Canada here, and we'll tell you a little bit more about how that went as the broadcast goes on.
Oh, I transposed the colors, Corey. Sorry. Yellow is BC. So Alberta's sitting first and second shot.
No worries.
You guys might hear that a lot. We'll always correct.
Did you see how I caught that one? So it tells us we're both in trouble. Here comes the BC stone now.
We're in good company.
And it was a little bit light. Did not crack the hog line on that one. So Alberta continues to lie 1 and 2, and probably will position a guard up here.
That'd be a good shot. Protect their assets.
Indeed. Vancouver was made it to the final today by beating the defending champions from Prince George, British Columbia, Team Canada. If you win this event, you come back as Team Canada. And this morning's action, it was Vancouver over Prince George, thus making it to the final. Alberta made it through the round-robin competition at 7-0, and they qualified without playing this morning. Steve's delivering his second stone here, and both
So how many tickets would you like?
Carrie is on at sweeping, and Roger also. Looks like nice weight. And we
It's
are
not. It's,
a little heavy, eh?
oh, it ticked.
It
It
ticked.
ticked.
So it remains in the house. So I think Alberta is looking at about
Yeah.
3 right now.
Three in. One is at 12. One is at, I'm just counting, 5 o'clock. All in the 8 foot, and one is at 11 o'clock.
Yeah, now with digital clocks, this is hard to do, eh?
That's right.
12:13 or 1:42.
That's right.
Oh, we're doing great. Lots of rocks in play. First end action at the Granite Curling Club. 105-year-old Granite Curling Club. A lot of history in this club. A beautiful club.
It doesn't look it. It's amazing. You wouldn't know it.
Yeah,
if
they've
there
done-
weren't signs everywhere, have no idea.
Yeah, they've done a great job here.
The last Steve, when he was throwing, he also used a light on a broom to throw. This curler has a light on a broom at the far end, so the skip is the one holding the light, and this light's kind of cool. It's actually the length of the broom lights up. I'm not sure how they accomplish it, but the whole stick has little lights on it.
And that participant would be David Viss, who's throwing third stones, his first. And he's got one of the Alberta stones, and he's rolled in nicely.
I don't know if that took first shot. It might have. It's very close.
Looks like it's about full 8, so
We'll be around again.
I think we could probably declare that as a British Columbia stone because Alberta is asking for a takeout.
Yeah. And that's right on the center line, so that'd be.
I made the curling quilt, and my good friend Rosa made the blue raveling. Yeah, awesome.
Right on the center line, so 6 o'clock.
Roger Morn throwing first rock of 2, and they've called for sweeping.
Looks like it's coming right down the center.
He may curl a little
it's
too much.
curled just.
Yeah.
It might tick. No, it's off. It's off.
It's
oh,
off.
it's going to hit theirs out. Ooh, that's too bad. It took one of the yellows at the back.
Exactly.
But, it stayed in. It's stuck at the back.
Sometimes I started
It's stuck at the back 12.
during making.
All right, at
Tells
12.
you who it belongs to.
The yellow, but that yellow at 6 is definitely the one sitting shot now.
Right on. So British Columbia is line 1, Alberta is second stone,
Well,
and there's a few others in there as BC
I'm afraid my
discusses
arthritis
the rock.
wouldn't let me do that. But
BC is first, Alberta's second and third, and so they have the next 3, third and fourth. If they can get that out, that'd be great for them.
That's the plan of attack, I
Yeah,
think.
we'll see how it
I
goes.
want to know how many hours.
I think the first order of business for Vancouver would probably be to try to put a guard up to protect that yellow one at 6 o'clock position.
Absolutely.
All right, I'm going to go downstairs.
And they are using the light rod.
Yeah, that's kind of cool, eh? It's as you had indicated earlier, the lights go all the way up the stick, and he's got a tennis ball on the end of that, not to damage the ice. So it's very visible.
It's a really neat one. You see some really neat adapted equipment at blind curling.
You do, and everybody's needs are so different too that it really depends whether it's a bright, white fluorescent light stick or something of that sort. That rock was delivered. I think
Oh,
it's probably
no.
a little heavier, but it might get a little tap in here to.
That's good. Oh, it tapped theirs right to the, not to the button, but definitely the 2 foot is between the 2 and the 4, still at around 6 o'clock.
Nice.
So, and very near to a button shot.
It still remains open, so I think you'll see Natalie instruct her curler to take a shot at it, or I guess it's Natalie throwing now the first of, no, not yet.
And the other BC rock is sitting about 6:30 for
Yeah,
if we're clocking on this one.
we are. That's
Between the 12 and the 8.
probably the best way to do it.
Yep.
Roger Moran's final rock of the end.
And they're just using the curling stick itself, held at the hog line. There's no light on this one. So someone's identifying at the far end, and then the guide is reiterating that play closer for Roger to see.
They're on the broom immediately. Natalie calls it off. He's a little inside, but he may get one of the yellow stones, the front one anyway.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Basically, straight through, the noise was it ticked off the red just slightly, but it didn't really move it much. It just moved it to between the 12 and the 8, basically in the same position at 12.
So we're still looking at a BC stone in the 4 foot as shot stone.
The Alberta stones are basically circling it almost at 3, 6, 9, and 12. On the 12 foot, between the 12 and the 8, but it's quite a pretty pattern, really.
There's a lot of rocks in play for first end, which is a credit to the curlers and their weight. As Fraser Hiltz will throw his first stone. The skip of Team BC from Vancouver, curling out of the Vancouver Curling Club.
Oh, they do have a light on for him this time. At the hog line?
They do. Taking lots of ice, so just apparently throwing a bit of a guard to keep that 1 point secure. Nice weight, no sweeping required. In fact, maybe a little warm, but we'll see as it crosses the hog line. It's curling a fair bit.
Oop.
Taps his own. And no harm, no foul, just still apparently wide open for Edmonton.
So now there's one sitting on they're both sitting at the edge of the 2 and the 4, but one is at about almost at 3 o'clock and one is just past 6 o'clock.
The shooter. So Fraser got a little tap on that one and rolled in behind the red, so it's British Columbia line 2. And the first stone for the Alberta skip, Natalie Moran.
The center is open, so we'll see what they do. They could draw right into the button if they chose to.
With lots of backing.
Yeah.
Roger's taking about a foot of ice, coming at it with the out turn. Like you say, just draw into that pocket is probably the call.
Oop.
First stone, a fair bit of weight. Gonna tap it. He's got one of those out and also lost the shooter. So I think we're looking at one Vancouver stone remaining behind that front guard.
The one at 3 o'clock has left the playing field. So we just have the one sitting around.
It's going to be a whole lot easier when they come this way, isn't it? Mm-hmm. So we could convince them to just curl this way. First end action from CVICC 2026 from Edmonton, Alberta. Thanks for tuning in this afternoon, a live stream. I'd like to thank Tim Burton for providing the technical expertise for this afternoon. wherever you may be joining us from. This will be Fraser's final stone of the end. He's taking a fair amount of ice, probably just looking at a draw. Onto that back one. They are sweeping it. It's curling quite a bit. Curling towards the center. I think Fraser might have been a little inside there.
Yeah, it's coming up on the Alberta stone.
Yeah.
But curling past.
Curled a ton, yeah, at the very end. But no damage, no foul. It's full 12, but
no harm, no foul.
So about the only thing Alberta could be looking at is a tap red on the yellow, perhaps. A bit of a tricky shot, but I think that's what they're calling.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Big shot for Natalie. Right now, as it stands, Team BC is lying 1, and Alberta would be 2, and after that, it's anybody's guess. There's about 8 other rocks in there, and we can narrow it down once we get there. Natalie's taking about 4 inches to the right of center line, and the rock is 4 inches on the other side of the center line.
And she has a light on the broom, but it's back. They're holding it at the other end house for her.
It's delivered. They're watching it closely. No sweeping yet. Natalie's calling them off. Calling them off, calling them off, calling them off, calling them off.
It's near the house. It's almost in. Oh.
She was successful in hitting that stone, but not directly, so she wasn't able to tap it back onto the yellow. So.
It hit the red in front, but it went off to the left instead of back.
Exactly.
So BC had the point. Well, not unfortunately. It's great for BC. Bad for Alberta.
Unfortunately
for them.
Hometown. You just love Edmonton because it's got a big giant mall.
I mean, yeah, that's the truth of it. Don't tell Corey I just came for the mall.
I think I spotted you there last night. Are they restocking this morning?
Yeah,
is that the deal?
Thanks for bringing the bus to pick up all my things. I appreciated it. Did you call the airline? Did you remember to let them know I was coming with the oversized?
The oversized cargo flight. 1-0 Team Vancouver over Team Alberta or Edmonton, whichever way you want to look at. I guess I better call them Alberta or the Calgary folks will be upset.
Somebody will come for you.
Somebody used to say to me, I reside in British Columbia, and they said it's the Vancouver Lions if they're winning, it's the BC Lions if they're losing. So
there you go.
It's probably the same scenario here. All right, this game got a whole lot easier to call because they're coming this way.
No more neck strain on this one. We get a break.
While we have a bit of a break in the action, we sincerely want to thank Joe Ruptash and Rick Fulmer, the co-managers of the Granite Curling Club in Edmonton. They've been just unbelievably supportive and hospitable this whole week. The ice has been great. Their staff has been awesome. They've done everything we've asked them to do. It's just been a super experience. So we thank the co-managers and the Granite Curling Club for their hospitality throughout the entire week.
Just the best people.
Indeed.
Oh, and they have the cutest pro shop if you need anything for curling.
You got something pink there, didn't you?
I did. I bought pink gripper, pink gloves, and a really nice bumper for my head. So if I fall on the ice, heaven forbid, my head is protected. And it's a cute toque. Really cute toque style. So highly recommend.
Oh, there you go.
They didn't tell me to say this. I'm just telling you.
Well, in Edmonton, yeah. Shop at the Granite.
Yeah, 100%.
The British Columbia First stone from Monica ended up being, again, we'll use the clock as we look down, ended up at about 3 o'clock, and Lori Heisert's first stone is just in front of the house, say about 10 o'clock-ish. Monica in the hack for her second stone of the second end of the gold medal game this afternoon. From sunny Alberta. God, the weather's been great.
So good this week.
We can't complain. I thought it was supposed to be cold here. There's lots of snow and lots of traffic.
It was negative 36 the other week in Regina, so I will definitely take the plus 11 we had here yesterday.
I think so. Look at this weight. Monica, beautiful weight. Might be a... No, it's just going to be right in there.
Just
trying to
past
sweep
the
it
center, and it's through.
Yes. Thought it was going to slow down, but it's keened up pretty good, especially down the middle. And Lori Heisert's second rock. To the team with the home field advantage, the Edmonton Blind Curling Club curls out of the granite here every Saturday afternoon, so they are very familiar with the facility. Not that at this stage of the game that would help much, I wouldn't think, but
I don't think there's a home court advantage
I
for
don't
curling. Unless you know exactly where that little nook and cranny is on the ice.
exactly. Lori again left hers short of the house, about halfway between the house and the hog line. 2 rocks out in front, can be used by as wide guards perhaps. And we are now looking at second stones. Thrown by Henry Viss and his brother Dave. He's got 2 Visses on the BC team, 2 Morans on the Alberta team.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a family affair. Now Henry has the broom held for him about halfway between the hack and the hog line. And away it goes. They are calling on a bit of sweeping just to keep it clean.
Here it comes. Almost at the hog. Over the hog. Oh, into the house.
It's
needs
following.
to stick. It needs to stick.
Yeah.
They're sweeping it out. They're sweeping it out. Will it stick?
Monica's.
No, right
Yeah,
through.
yeah.
Right through.
So it's really cleaned up apparently.
Oh, and I guess we can also mention that in blind curling, some people stick or cue curl, and some people use a broom, go into the hack, and some people use a crutch. So there's also different methods of delivery.
That's a good point.
For
And
blind, as I guess there's in typical curling, but
that's an excellent point, and it shouldn't prevent someone from wanting to participate if they're their vision level and or if they're not able to get down the hack or whatever. There's still room for you in curling. First rock delivered by Steve, and again it could be a little warm. They are really sliding him down. I think he's going to stick around for sure.
this one looks like it's going to stay. Yeah,
he is full 8 foot.
and that one's about 2 o'clock in the 8 foot. And that one's sitting shot now.
It is. So Alberta is line 1. This is the BC team discussing their options here. I think Fraser has the room situated, drawing up to the Alberta stone that was just placed there. Or he's taking a lot of ice for a takeout, so I think they just want to draw up to it.
Mm-hmm.
Releases the rock, Steve does, Henry does his second stone.
And this one's coming up. No sweeping yet. It's pretty fast. I don't think there'll be any sweeping. Coming in. It's in the house. Maybe it'll stick. They're going to try to sweep it through.
No, it's gone.
Wishful thinking. Let's see. No. It's through.
That's about the third rock that's followed that pattern this end, so it's really slicked up down that center line, I would think.
This ice is kind of wild. It's it goes really. It just gets slippery. It gets hard. It gets slippery. It gets hard. It was a wild ride. It was a wild ride.
Excellent. That keeps the curlers guessing, I guess.
It really does, yeah.
But it's the same for both teams, so it's
And very fair.
first person to pick it up.
Yeah. But blind curling is a really fun sport because it doesn't really matter your age, your level of ability. You can pick it up pretty easily, and like we were saying, like with all the adapted equipment you can use, you can play no matter. Like if you have knee problems, if you have hip problems, it's like levels of vision. It's a really easy sport to pick up. So if you're listening and you're thinking about it, definitely give it a go.
That's a great point.
And so many communities have an option for it. Oh, here's this rock coming into the house.
Tapping their own.
Oh,
So they got two pretty well right there.
And they're both in the same area. So the 2 o'clock section of the 8 foot, 2 and 3. We'll call one 3 o'clock. We'll call one 2:30.
It's a great point you make, though, about everyone's ability to curl. And age is no barrier either. We have some folks here who are even in their 80s as we speak. So, I mean, it's the entire gamut. And the youngest curler this week was 16.
Mm-hmm.
So there's room for everybody.
Absolutely.
And particularly if it's something that an individual may have done all their life and then lost their vision later in life, or their vision has decreased later in life, it's an opportunity to continue something that you may have enjoyed. And we're fully supportive of that, and we'll accommodate.
Mm-hmm. And with so many different positions on the team, like if you can't sweep, you don't have to sweep. Like blind curling's a different kettle of fish. It's interesting than sighted curling, so you don't have to like worry. Oh, well, like I'd like to, but I can't sweep. That's not a barrier in this, you know. Oh, I'd like to, but I can't get into the hack. That's not a barrier in this, you know.
That's a great point.
So many things. It's fine. Come on, and try it.
We'll find something for you to do.
Yeah. Even if you like get too cold, you can go down the ice. You can go up top in between. That's not a barrier in this. No. There's not a lot of barriers in this. Just come and try it.
That's right. British Columbia Stone coming down now. They were playing for a hit, and their line is pretty good, but they're a little bit light, I think. They are. It's biting the 12, say at about 5 o'clock. So it's almost a little bit of a guard for the Alberta Stones. How long have you been curling, Amber?
I have curled since, a long time. I curled when I was 12 on a sided league and in university on a sided league. So
also just a couple of years.
Just a couple of years, and then I took up blind curling in 2011. So again, a couple of years.
There you go.
I think I came to my first nationals in 2013 or 14. So a couple of years.
Have you noticed the level of competition increase from when you first attended?
I think it shifts over the years. Some of the teams, some of the people who are here this year are the same ones from 2013, 2014.
Right.
And they're definitely better, than they were in 2013, 14. But it's nice to see people change out and shift. And the teams are definitely, the Nationals is definitely a different kind of game. It's fun. It's a little bit harder than, the hometown teams, but and a little bit harder than the Westerns. It's a little bit harder, and it's fun. It's nice to be here. It's nice to see the level of play. It's nice to see how far people come.
And the camaraderie and fellowship and socialization off the ice is a big factor too. Mm-hmm. It's like meeting old friends once a year and being a part of the community, and it's just a good deal all the way around.
Mm-hmm. This one came to rest on center, right at 6. Like it's a guard, right at 6 o'clock, about a foot off the house. Yeah, I love to see the people. It was so nice to come back. I had to take a couple of years off for a couple of reasons, and it was nice to come back this year and see how many people were here again. I haven't been since 2020. The year the world shut down was last year. I went to a competition, and it was a Western, so some people were there, and then it was nice to come back this year and see how many people were back.
For sure.
Meet some new friends again. Meet some new friends again.
Some of the new ones and old ones.
That's right. There's a statement, right? So keep new friends, make new friends, but keep the old. One is silver, the other is gold. That's how it goes.
That works. That works for me. Well, in Edmonton, the curlers were guests of the Sandman Hotel, Edmonton South. We'd like to thank all the staff there. It's a gorgeous hotel. If you're ever in Edmonton, please consider the Sandman South Edmonton. There's a Denny's there and a Chop House there, and the staff have just been amazing all week long. So we want to thank everybody at the Sandman for their hospitality and kindness. Great hotel.
Oh, just the nicest humans. Very kind.
Here comes British Columbia Stone looking for a takeout.
Excuse me.
And it is gone through completely. I thought you had a special guest there for a minute. Amber's just directing some of the folks here.
Some people want to sit beside me. I told them they're more than welcome to, but they might end up on the live feed, so, you know.
So that rock went through, so Alberta will probably try another guard here. Roger Moran throwing the third for Team Alberta. 1-0 British Columbia. Second end action, CVICC 2026. Roger delivers his stone, and it looks like the weight might be pretty good. They're not sweeping it, not touching it.
The other nice thing about so many of the skips, everybody, all the teams, anyone who's an experienced curler is so kind to those of us. You know, our team hasn't been in a couple of years, and everyone was so kind, offering advice. You know, to me as a skip, to other members of my team, the way they could sweep better, the way they could guide better, the way, you know, after they'd maybe beat me by a few points, they offered pointers on how I might do better in my next game. So just everyone was very kind,
yeah, no,
which we
important.
certainly appreciated.
Yeah, you bet. It's good of you to acknowledge that. Yeah, I think everybody is, you know, there's a good community feeling around here, and if something's working or maybe some sort of technical assistance or some sort of different light or whatever, everybody's willing to share to help people along, tricks and tips and all the rest of it amongst themselves. There's a really good common communality around here. It's people are very helpful, supportive.
And even the camaraderie of it. Like at one point, our sweepers accidentally burned to raw. Well, they tapped it. It didn't full burn. They just had tapped it, which is it's a burnt rock. And I'd asked them to pull it out of play, and the opposing skip had said, "Oh no, you know, you could have let it come, and it would have been my call. What would have happened there?" And that's which was just very kind of her, because I had it pulled because I just didn't want to cause any altercations. But she's like, "No, you could have let me make that call." So even that kind of a kindness is just very. It's nice that they would extend that, because they certainly didn't have to.
Good sportsmanship.
Yeah,
indeed.
absolutely.
First rock from Fraser Hiltz, the skip, Team British Columbia. The sweepers are not on it at all.
No.
So I think Fraser may have gotten a little wide on that one, a little outside, but it is curling nicely now.
Into the house.
Yeah, he's got a great shot here.
Yeah.
Just a little rub.
It scooted just by.
Just narrowly missed it. That actually came across quite a bit. I thought he was wider with that shot.
Absolutely. Yeah, it went right through the house,
he
though,
knows
unfortunately.
What he's doing,
yeah.
and I don't. That's the difference. That's the big difference. First rock for Natalie Moran coming up here. Skip Stones. Second end of play. Gold medal game, CVICC 2026 from the Granite in Edmonton. The Edmonton Blind Curling Club have been curling here many, many years, since 1974, in fact. So there's a beautiful relationship that has developed between the blind curlers of Edmonton and the Granite Club. They come out Saturday afternoons, and I know they have a lot of appreciation and respect for each other. So it's great that we could have this event here this week.
Absolutely, very kind of them.
Natalie's in the hack, delivering her first of 2 stones. Natalie has the hammer. BC has the point in the first end. And here we go. Beautiful delivery, Natalie. One of the best. She is a pro curler for sure. They're on the broom. Steve and Carrie. Carrie Anton, the designated sweeper, and Steve
It's almost at the house. It's going to tap that red. Oh, it tapped and rolled, but not quite enough.
It's a good little guard.
It
though,
is,
I think,
absolutely. It's hard to tell if it might be touched. I don't think it's touching the 12.
No,
it's
I
hard
don't
to tell
think so.
without being an overhead, but I don't think it's quite touching.
Yeah. It wouldn't be out playing the yellow anyway.
No,
so-
absolutely. If it is, it's not helping.
No, that's right. It's lingering.
Yeah, red's still sitting 3.
Yes, this could be a good end for Team Alberta. But Fraser wants to do something about that. I think he's just going to follow his shot in last end, because he just about had it last end. He's delivered the shot. Here it comes. Halfway down the ice, it's starting to curl now. He might have a dandy here. Oh, it's going to rub on the front and stay. So Alberta is line 3 and with a shot to come. It's a big end for Team Alberta.
Absolutely. So the 3 sitting in the house are at 2. They're all in the 8 foot. There's a 2 o'clock, a 3 o'clock, and about a 7 o'clock, and it's between the 8 and the 12.
That works.
And then there's 2 yellows that aren't counting yet, if at all. And they're on the 12 foot. One's at about 4 o'clock, and one's at about 8:30.
And it looks like Natalie's just going for a draw here to make it 4. She has 3. And has the hammer. Natalie delivers a stone. Sweepers are on top of it, but not brushing right now. It looks like they are starting to sweep now as it crosses the hog line. It looks like she's got a beauty here. If it slows
needs
down.
to slow. Just
Yeah.
needs to slow. It's at the middle, at the button, at the 4, 8, between 8 and
She's
12,
got
and
it.
it's stuck.
Beautiful
Nice.
draw. 4 points for Team Alberta.
And that's right back at the 12.
Brilliantly done. Good weight.
Well done.
So while we are on the air here, we also have a bronze medal game, and it looks like Team Nova Scotia is leading Team Canada 4-0 after 2 ends. So Team Nova Scotia up 4-0 after 2 ends on sheet F, and we'll keep an eye on that one for you too, as the bronze medal game is going on concurrently with the gold medal game. And after 2 ends of play at our gold medal game, our feature broadcast score is 4-1 for Team Alberta.
And you know this is a very seasoned team because they're already pretty much reset and in the hack. The speed.
A big part of making this event as successful as it was goes out to the local organizing committee here, headed up by Lori Heisert and Natalie Morin. They're both on the ice curling now, but they've played an absolutely instrumental part in putting things together and pulling things together. So our thanks goes out to them for sure. They've done a great, great job.
And that tapping you hear is how they line up their lead. So the tapping is done right in front, and then it's kind of like a sonar situation where the lead follows the tapping to come out of the house.
And that would be for Lori, and Lori has delivered her first stone. And it is it's far left, but it actually ended up ticking the boards at the very end, just over the hog line. Monica's in the hack to deliver her first stone. Monica Nelson from Vancouver, British Columbia.
And some people tap the far end of their broom, so the wood part, and some people tap the soft part, like the brushing part, and some people will say a name, so they might just say the player's name over and over. Some people will just say here, here, here over and over. So it's different people like different verbiage or noises to come out of the hack with if they want to use auditory cues.
Yep, that's a good call. The listener may have heard somebody on the other game say Mary, 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 and that's for the lead of the Nova Scotia team, Mary Campbell, who's curling and has curled for many years, but that's how she is directed on there as to what to aim for. So you're right, everybody does things a little differently, whatever works. Here's a tapping again from Natalie for Lori's benefit.
And really the only rule in it is that, some clubs may have local rules about, I've heard sometimes that they don't want tapping because they're worried it could damage the ice. Or one time I heard a team wanted to use a flashlight and they were worried that it could melt the ice, like an actual physical flashlight. So they have to put a piece of foam down with the flashlight on top of it.
Okay.
So, sometimes there's small modifications the club asks for, but, short of that, I've never heard of problems with any.
Indeed.
Oh, and you're never allowed to use laser pointers because it could actually damage someo's eyes.
Fair enough. And then we'd have more curlers.
maybe that's the play, actually. Everyone should start using laser pointers.
Lori's second rock went through the house. Great line, but a little bit too much weight.
And one curler does use a red light, but it's not a laser pointer. It's just a red light.
Monica's second stone coming out here. Delivered right down the line. And they've called for the sweeping. It's like that could be a little light also. It's drifting off there. So it did not make the hog line. It did make the hog line. Call me a liar, but it tapped the boards.
Just over, yeah.
Did tap the boards at the other end.
I didn't know that it was going to make it either. I kept checking the monitor above to see if it was going to come over.
We are third end of our gold medal game from Edmonton. I have to pause. Last year I was calling them innings.
Excellent.
So, that's, everybody thought they were tuned into Blue Jays baseball.
Perfect.
So I've got to be cognizant not to do that this time around. There's Steve. Steve's got quite a delivery. He's slides halfway down the ice.
We'll just confuse people quite a bit, and we'll ask about the halftime show in a few minutes.
Seventh inning stretch.
Halftime show.
We could sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." Then.
Perfect. Just confuse all the sports.
Exactly. Work them all out together. First stone from Steve. Looks like it's biting from this end. Is it?
No.
No. About a foot.
At least a foot away.
Yeah, that's.
Maybe you need some new glasses.
I think I need some definitely stronger ones.
If only that one. Only. Maybe that's what we all need, just some new glasses.
We're a new host. Whichever comes first.
Whoever can make us the new glasses will make a mint.
That's right. We need meta glasses here so we could just say, what are we looking at?
That's right.
What's ahead of us? Here's Henry with his first stone.
It's coming up to the hog.
They are sweeping it a bit, probably just more or less to keep it straight. They
It's on the center.
They didn't want to tap that red one, but
Into the house.
they did get a little rub.
At the tee.
So they're laying
Into the
one.
4.
You
Yeah.
bet.
And it's at
I'm thinking 10:30.
9 o'clock. Yeah, 10:30. Sure, that sounds good to me.
We're only off by an hour and a half there, so that's not bad.
What time zone you in?
Is that AM or PM?
If it's
Wide
Saskatchewan time, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you guys don't switch.
That's right.
Daylight or mountain. Natalie's got her broom positioned for a takeout. It'd be an out-turn hit. And Kerry Anton holds the broom at the first hog line for Steve, who just delivered his rock. Natalie's calling for a broom. Looks like it's curling a little bit too much. Yeah, they got a rub. But they did successfully.
It managed it. That was amazing.
Yes. Got a little bit of a rub, but they still got the shot rock out of there. So
The house is empty again.
moved the guard over a little bit, and like you say, the house is empty.
They cleaned house, you might say.
Might say that.
The granite has little string lights all over the ceiling. I think it's perhaps, when they host events in the summer months, like for weddings or things like that, to make it really ambient. I think it'd be fun if they just turned those on and we could have like a true blind curling event.
Now only you would notice that, Amber.
Yeah, I don't, I think it'd be fine. All the curlers would be fine,
That'd be fun. Blind curling in the dark.
In the dark, it's like glow curling, right?
Yeah, that would work.
We'd all be fine.
Here comes the BC stone now. Wide open draw is what they're after. Into an open house. On sheet C at the granite, for those of you keeping score at home. Beautiful weight, tucked it right in behind the guard.
Perfect. So it's on the 12 foot at about 6:30, 7 o'clock.
Yeah,
And right behind that guard.
that works.
Like Corey mentioned, gorgeous.
So we're looking at third stones now. Roger coming down the ice to deliver his first. Still keeping an eye on our other game there. It still remains 4-0 after 2 ends on sheet F in the bronze game. That would be Nova Scotia over the defending champions from Prince George, Team Canada, who were defeated this morning by the Vancouver crew. First Alberta stone for the thirds coming down. The fifth stone of the end. Just trying for a draw. Looks to be a little heavy. As we're into the rings now, 4 foot, 8 foot, 12 foot.
It's through.
Gone.
Gone.
Going, gone.
Indeed. And earlier we mentioned a guide, so anyone who's not familiar, we might mention the composition of a blind curling team. They get six members instead of the typical 4. So you have your skip, third, second, and lead position, who are all blind positions, but then you also get a sweeper and a guide as well, a guide coach position. And those can be sighted positions, the guide coach and the sweeper.
Right, and we should mention too that the designated sweeper, his or her only responsibility is sweeping, so they must stay between the hog lines. Obviously, they can continue with the rock until it's into the house, but their function is to sweep for the totally blind lead, so they are not to be involved in the decision-making process of the game or the calling of the game.
So they can't call line or anything like that.
Correct.
And they could be a partially sighted curler if they wanted to be,
Absolutely.
but they could also be sighted. So it's a choice of the team.
BC stone just delivered beautifully behind the guard if it sticks around, and it does. Beautiful stone.
So that one's at about 10 o'clock in the 12-foot.
Perfect weight. Couldn't ask for any better than that.
Both of them are sitting behind the red guard, so that's a nice line. And then the coach guide position, I mean, in theory, could also be a partially sighted, but most people choose to bring a sighted guide. It just makes things a little bit easier.
It does.
Because that person is the one who's lining up your shots and the person who is also logistically helping you get to the rink and get around the airport and
All those kinds of
all
things.
those other
yeah.
things that aren't involved at the curling rink.
Absolutely. As the game has evolved, at one time, a sighted participant did throw stones. Way back when I curled, at one time it was even third stones, and then it got cut back to second stones. But at a national event like this, there is no sighted participant throwing stones. And that's probably a good thing because it's blind curling.
Exactly.
Beautiful rock thrown by the Alberta third here, Roger. He's got great weight. He drew the 4-foot, I think. Yeah.
It's right. It's just touching the 2-foot, but it's just after 6 o'clock on the 4-foot.
So Alberta is line 1 right now. British Columbia is 2-3. And the Alberta stone that I thought was in the rings and happens to be a foot away is counting for nothing.
In our home league, we only have 4 people per team, and we play sighted second still. So in our home team, three of them are blind or partially sighted, and then our seconds are sighted and our sweepers. So they do the dual function.
Yeah, and I think part of the reason, or the rationale anyway, for eliminating that in the national event was the eventual hopes of participation in the Paralympics, which still one day may become a reality, but I believe the rules had stated there that there had to be, participation only from the blind or vision impaired curlers, and I think that's sort of where that rule was adjusted, because in Western Canada, at the Western Canadian Championships, there is still a sighted thrower also, is there not?
I believe so.
Yeah,
I think
so.
they still do sighted seconds at that one. I think there's a sighted second and a coach guide position at that one.
Correct. There's a little bit of variance from region to region across Canada, so it's a bit tricky when we come together for tournaments like this. The rules are slightly modified. I know they do things a little differently in Ontario too, but for the most part, we definitely sort of are on the same page when it comes to who throws what stone and how the game's played. With minimal modification really outside of the lead position as far as the rules are concerned, curling is curling.
Yeah, and a lot of people, a lot of curlers, depending on their level of vision and their level of comfort, do curl on other leagues as well, or unsighted leagues. Or I did want to mention, if like your local area doesn't have a completely blind league, a lot of people choose to curl on. I don't know what it stands for, but the FOG league, so the 65 plus, the seniors leagues.
Sure.
And that's a nice place to curl too, because it's easily modifiable.
Indeed, there's a lot of social leagues within clubs and such, the mixed leagues and social leagues, and there's all kinds of curling going on. The BC threw a stone there. They tapped onto it, so they would be second stone now.
Oh, it's close, and I think it is second, yeah.
Yeah, I would think so.
It's very close. They're in the 4-foot rings. They're at just before 6 o'clock, and the other one's just after 6 o'clock. And they're both in the 4-foot ring, but I think the yellow is I think the red is closer, but they're they're discussing.
Yeah, they're all having a look at it. I guess makes a big difference.
Red is closer. Thank you. Perfect.
That was a voice from above. Was that God?
Perfect.
Somebody with good eyeballs
That's right.
informed us that red was closer, so we'll go with that.
It's like, so it has been decreed.
So I would assume, with red being closer, that Natalie would want to put up a guard here.
Yeah, it would be nice to put one up right on the center line.
Her first stone.
Yeah.
But she's got to be pretty careful here because she is shot rock, but second, third, and fourth all go to Vancouver or British Columbia, so it's a fairly key shot.
Exactly.
It's a very important guard.
And there's still a few rocks to play out this end.
4 to come. Natalie delivers her first.
No sweeping yet.
Interesting.
Oh,
Natalie was going
line,
for the takeout here.
Oh, yeah. And she got it.
She got it.
Nice.
It's an interesting call. Rather than guard it, she decided to go for a takeout. It was wide open, so it's probably a good call. That's why she's down there and we're up here.
That's right. The red came to rest at the edge of the 4 and 8 at about their boots 4 o'clock. My Canadian is showing. At about 4. Maybe 5, closer to 5. We'll call
2
5.
Alberta Stones counting.
Mm-hmm.
In a 4-1 game thus far, Alberta leading British Columbia. There's so many people to thank when there's an event like this, but a gentleman who has been just super diligent in getting us to and from the rink and the airport, and thus is Rob Creswick and his wife Sharon. They've been instrumental in helping out during the event, so our thanks go out to them. And he's not done yet. He's going to make sure everybody gets back out to the airport tomorrow and on their way home. So he's done outstanding work all week as our transportation coordinator, so thank you.
Thanks, Rob. MVP.
Yeah, you got it.
We wouldn't be here without you,
No, we
literally.
So an intern takeout is what's been called here to at least get rid of one of those Alberta Stones by BC. Skip Fraser Hiltz. He's delivered his first rock. Looks a little bit inside. So he's going to rub off the guard.
It hit the rock. It hit the guard back into the house, which hit the yellow rock and hit the other yellow rock. So both the yellows have been pushed. So we're sitting one yellow in the 12-foot at about 10 o'clock and one red at the very edge of the 12-foot at about 7 o'clock, and the 2 reds are still in the center.
And one of them fairly well guarded with the yellow stone out front, too.
That was a ricochet.
Correct. That's where a shooter went.
The bus situation has been interesting in the morning. We leave at 7:45 to the rink, so bright and early. And the first day was a true 7:45, and then the next day was a 7:40. And I think today by 7:35, if you weren't out there, no, I'm joking. No one was getting left behind. But every day it backed up about 5 minutes.
Yeah, rush hour traffic in Edmonton. I guess we adjusted accordingly. Did you miss that line?
That's right.
7:45 or sooner.
Or sooner.
Whichever comes first. Here comes Natalie with her last rock of the end, her second stone of the end. Just looking to plug up that center and take away that takeout. They're on the brooms now. It looks like she's got a beautiful shot here. Nice weight. Calling off the sweepers. Letting it coast in. She's got to get a little rub off that yellow, perhaps. No, she's not. So I'd say it's sort of half guarded. Definitely the shot stone is guarded, but the second Alberta stone in there would be open.
It's stuck about halfway up the ice. Someone's cell phone's ringing out there. Wonder if they're calling about their auto insurance.
They're probably...
That'd be appropriate for blind curling, right?
Probably calling about the quality of the play-by-play of the curling game.
That's right, though. How do we, who do we complain to? They don't know their red from their yellow. They don't know their left from their right.
Having blind...
Are they blind? What's going on?
Blind commentators doing blind curling. It could be just too much blind there.
We're just trying to keep it real here.
It's too late for that.
It's the blind leading the blind, guys.
There you go. You had to say it.
I had to say it at least once.
Well, Vancouver's looking at this. I think they're looking at the possibility of a double. I don't know. It's pretty hard to tell whether that's there or not. It might be if they angle it properly.
If the angle's just right, they can do it. That's a hard angle. I wish them the best.
Yeah, it is. But even bringing them down to one would be a smart move at this stage of the game.
Yeah, but they need the inner one.
Yes. Now, you might be able to draw into that little pocket too, because the two are pretty well side by side.
That would maybe be the best play. We'll see what they choose.
I think they're trying to take out based on the amount of ice they're giving her.
Yeah, you're right.
Not giving a whole ton of ice. We are in the third end here of the Canadian Vision Impaired Curling Championship from the Granite in Edmonton. Thank you for tuning in. We have an out-of-town score, so to speak. It is 4-1 now, as Team Canada is on the board in the game in the fourth end of curling over Nova Scotia. Here comes a rock from British Columbia to complete the third end. Looks like he may have been a little inside, but they're on the brooms. Fraser Stone. Is he going to get a rub? No, he's not. He's by it. But he's...
It scooted everything.
Scooted out, yeah.
And it's through.
So it looks like we've got another 2 on the board for Team Alberta. And after 3 ends of play, it is 6-1 for Alberta over British Columbia.
Let's see if BC pulls up their britches.
They have to. Now would be a good time to do it.
I mean, these are 2 impeccable teams. They've had an impeccable week. You don't get to a gold medal game for nothing.
Absolutely. I've left room in my suitcase because I'm going to win one of 2 quilts that have been donated by Wanda Megas and Rosa Klassen. Beautifully done quilts. They've donated them to the cause here, and tickets have been available all week, and I will be winning that, by the way.
Oh, well, I'm winning the other one, so that's convenient.
Oh, I was kind of thinking I'd take both of them home, but either way.
We're going to have to fight about that later.
There you go.
Yeah.
It was,
I'm eyeing up the blue one. You can have the other one.
They've done incredible work, and we thank them for that. It's extremely supportive of the event, and they put a lot of hard work into that, and thank you goes out to both of them for sure.
Yes, I left space I didn't buy as much at the mall just for space for that quilt. So
well, that's smart thinking.
Yeah. So I best win it. I'm just saying, gorgeous work.
First rock of the fourth end coming this way anyway. Lori Heisert. Her line is great. It's a weight issue now, if anything, and I think it's going to be a dandy. Not even a broom on it, and she is full, well, half 8.
Mm-hmm. Right between the 8 and the 12. Well done.
Great job.
That's at about 5 o'clock. Nope, 7 o'clock. I'm backwards. We've switched sides now.
Monica Nelson, first stone, fourth end, in a 6-1 game. Alberta leading after 3. Nice delivery by Monica. Sweepers are on it. Beautiful lines right on the center line, just over the hog line. A long guard that they can use in the shots to come. You can hear the tapping. That means Lori Heiser is about to release her second stone. And she has done just that.
No sweeping yet. Coming down the ice. Just coming over the hog. It's in the house. It's coming pretty fast.
Yeah,
It might just go through.
Beautiful line though, right on the tee. Yeah. So just a little warm. Well, remember they had that fast ice problems coming this way in the second end too. So it's very slick down the center, I think. Some of our listeners may have been keeping track of the event through the Curling I.O. feature online, and the Sydney Curling Club, Sydney, Nova Scotia, who were the hosts of this event last year, were gracious enough to donate their I.O. account to us, so we've been having our scores posted end by end throughout the entire event, and the fellow looking after that in Edmonton has been Garth Klassen, and we thank him very much for being our official scorekeeper throughout the event. He's done a great job. You could have paid him a little bit more to maybe fabricate some of those Regina scores.
Yeah, I mean, I guess my check got lost in the mail.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a little late for that advice now, isn't it?
Next time.
You guys are getting better as the event went on, so there might not have to be a next time.
That's
next
right.
year.
No, we'll just win it organically next time. Next time I can't help you, Corey. I'm going to be in the school
You're
medal
going to be
game.
curling,
So, yeah.
okay. Well, last year I had someone from Saskatoon, so it must be a sort of a Saskatchewan thing. The co-host must come from Saskatchewan.
That's right. I don't know if that's a bit harrowing or not.
We are in the fourth end.
It's just because people from Saskatchewan are good at talking. We have to be. The prairies are quite large.
That could be it.
We need to talk quite loud and to get over the distances.
Let's go with that. That works for me. Steven's first rock. He's on the front guard that Monica put there, so a bit of a raise for Monica Stone, which is now is actually biting. So there you go.
Nice.
It's now in the rings, but it is second stone as one of the Alberta's, right beside the Alberta Stone.
At 7 or 5, as Amber
7
thinks
or
it is.
5,
One of
yeah.
those. 7. In the 12-foot. Again, it depends which time zone. If you're in Saskatchewan, apparently.
Yeah, you guys don't change your clocks, do you? That's so wise. I think the rest of the country sort of goes, why do we do this? 10 years ago, I think in British Columbia, we voted on it, and everybody said, no, we don't want to do it anymore, but nobody did anything about it after that.
Well, the farmers, we get up when the sun gets up. We go to bed when the sun goes to bed. It makes no matter what the clocks say.
Fair enough.
So why would we change them? So when it first, we've never changed our clocks. There's never been daylight savings time in Saskatchewan, literally for that reason. 'Cause it made no difference.
No.
Because the way our agriculture works, we would have just gotten up when we got up. So it's a really good theory.
It is a good theory, and I think the only reason the rest of the country still does it is because you don't have to really do much anymore. Your iPhone changes, all this stuff goes automatically. If everybody had to change 18 clocks, it'd probably be dealt with.
Absolutely.
Guard on guard there, so we have 2 British Columbia guards who just past the hog line on the left-hand side of the ice, and we have 1 on the right side from Alberta, with 2 rocks in the house, of course, but long guards out there, so they might be able to be utilized.
The only downside is, though, that sometimes our phones do change, despite not having.
Oh, is that right? Apple hasn't got the news yet, or what?
I'm not sure. I have an Android, in fact, but it's the SaskTel network that we're all on SaskTel, and the network still sometimes, if you have your phone set to change time zone with automatically, 2 years in a row I was late or early to a meeting because my phone just decided I now lived in either Manitoba or Alberta on a time zone day.
Isn't that funny?
It's unfortunately, I still get the problem.
It's a good excuse, though, for a day, like coming in late or early or whatever the case is. You can blame it on your phone.
And the first time it happened, it was hilarious because I didn't even know it was a time, because we don't have time zone change, so
right.
Had absolutely no idea it was even the time zone change. It was even the time change. And walked in late to this meeting, and everyone was like, "You're an hour late." And I literally looked at I showed my clock, and we all figured out what had happened. So it was bizarre.
Steve's first rock for Alberta. He's thrown it right on the center line.
Center line guard.
Yeah,
About
nicely done. Good weight.
3 feet up from the house.
Yes.
3, 4-ish feet.
British Columbia having the hammer here in the 4th end. In a 6-1 game after 3 ends. We're curling the 4th.
Then the next time it happened, I was just early, and I texted the other person who was supposed to be, it was a board meeting, and I texted the other board members, the person, and just one of them, and said, "Hey, where are you? I'm just getting here for the meeting." And she said, "Well, I'll be there in about an hour from now, 10 minutes before the actual meeting starts." And I looked at my clock, and I said, "It's happened again, hasn't it?" Because it was the same thing the previous year.
They're counting on you to be confused,
So
Amber.
we just laughed about it at that point.
British Columbia delivering their stone. Looking for a takeout here. And it is rubbed on one of the front guards. Oh, somebody took a bit of a spill there, or
He did a dance.
hit
He
a rock.
jumped. He didn't want to hit that front guard, so he jumped over it, and
Okay.
just the way his foot came down, it sounded really clacky.
It's been a fairly injury-free event all week. A couple of tumbles,
Let's
but for the
knock on
most
some
part,
wood.
yeah, exactly. So far, so good.
I mean, that is the one thing we cannot guarantee that any curling
Oh,
will be a
absolutely.
no-slip
No,
zone,
that's right.
unfortunately.
But I think the automatic assumption is there that this might be a little more of a danger zone than the average event, which it has not been at all.
No.
Thus, the need for those guides and coaches at times helping out. So we truly appreciate them.
Absolutely. And some teams do choose to wear helmets or like head guards or bumpers, and some teams don't, and there's no rules about it either way, but some people just feel safer that way. So it's all personal
Apparently the
preference.
head guards, I hear rumor that they could be coming. It's. I was talking to our umpire, Yvonne, and he said more and more people are using them these days, and he is an advocate for wearing them, actually, so we might see more of those in the future.
I really like mine. It looks just like a hat. It looks like I'm wearing a toque. And the head guard is just, it's a small piece of foam that sits at the back of your head, and it just protects that soft, like the soft squishy part above your neck,
Right.
which is like the most, it's where you would fall. It's designed to protect exactly where you would fall if you were going to bang your head.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and they're quite stylish, so.
Of course.
That's
They
important.
they would have to be if you're wearing
Of
them.
course. nothing less.
What color is yours?
It's
Dare
black.
I ask?
No, it's my previous one. We'll tell the shot, and I'll tell you all about it.
just shy of the house. They were trying for a guard, and it's there for them. Okay.
Perfect.
I'm
So
good.
this one's by the brand Gold Line, which is, they make all the curling gear.
Right.
My previous one was an Ice Halo, which is the first brand I'd ever. Actually, a lot of brands make headgear, but Ice Halo was the first one that made the really small ones, and it's a bright pink headband. So that's of course nothing less. But I found I get a little bit cold out on the ice, so I do like that this one's shaped like a toque.
Are you,
And it's a toque with a brim, which helps because I'm a bit glare sensitive, so that little bit of a brim helps.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And it does have an optional chin strap, which is also quite nice if you are someone who's worried that it could come off. It has the chin strap.
Right, particularly if you do a lot of sweeping or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. British Columbia delivering stone here,
And they also had one that was shaped like a ball cap, which I thought was quite clever. If someone likes to wear ball caps all the time.
yeah. Trying for a takeout of the Alberta stone here, and it looks like he may
here
have
comes.
it. He's got it.
Oh,
Beautiful
amazing.
shot.
Good shot.
So British Columbia line 2 now,
So those are both in the 12-foot at around that 7 o'clock area.
and both of them open, one for sure, and the second one is only half guarded with one of the guards out front, but 2 stones in the 12 for British Columbia. Natalie's playing takeout, obviously. Roger Moran will be delivering his second of 2.
And they're on it right away, sweeping. Coming down the
Sweeping
center.
hard. It's curling a lot. Wow.
Ooh, I don't know.
Yeah, it's hit the front guard. Yeah,
Well, it is the yellow guard out of the way now, so that's good.
true. But I think that sort of may have caught something because it was, for the amount of weight it had on it, it really moved.
Yeah.
So 2 British Columbia stones in the 12 at 7 and 10 after 7. We'll go with that.
Sounds good. Yeah, you have to keep the ice so clean as a sweeper just to make sure, because if anything picks, it just can change the direction of the ice so much. That's the other nice reason it's good to have a sighted sweeper if you can.
Yes.
Because they can really see those little bits.
Well, I go back to the day when you used those the corn brooms, and that was part of the strategy. If you could drop a corn broom or a bristle or 2 on the ice to slow a rock down, it may or may not have happened once or twice.
That's very fair, yeah. After that was horsehair, I think.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, when I was the 12-year-old me had a horsehair broom. They were just on their way out then.
Fair enough.
I did once curl with a cornhusk broom. We had a kind of a nostalgia game.
Yeah.
When I was still doing the 12 to 18 range, we had a couple nostalgia games where they bring out the cornhusk brooms because the club still had them at that time.
Okay.
But they were getting pretty worn. I don't think they could pull together a whole team with the brooms anymore.
No, they were something, boy.
They were fun though. It was fun to have them.
They made a lot of noise. There's some
Yeah.
people that could really. They put a piece of rubber in the middle of them, and you could really make the windows shake.
Oh,
Just
that'd be fun.
Slap, slap, slap. So BC is putting up a guard here, or attempting to. There's quite a bit of weight there.
Nice.
So they rubbed off the red, but rolled into a perfect guard situation in front of the house. So they tapped off one of the red guards out front, and well, at least
Here's red sitting now, so it's about 4 o'clock.
That's true.
Between the 8 and the 12. So red's now sitting shot.
That's where that guard went.
Yeah, it's wild. Good for them. Such a good shot.
I think Natalie's wondering whether she should guard or whether she should perhaps draw in behind those yellows.
Yeah.
British Columbia has the hammer. Fourth end action.
It's a hard call to make. And these games, they're supposed to be quick games. Well, all games should be quick games, but these ones especially. Our games are supposed to last 2.5 hours for 8 ends. So there's not supposed to be a lot of dallying.
No, but it does happen perhaps a little more so in the vision impaired curling than others, because I think a lot of times people would rather have a look at something themselves rather than rely on, that's a bit of a controversial issue. We try to keep things rolling, but I know sometimes it's you just want to have a peek at what you're shooting at, so you make, rather than relying on the individual holding the broom, you may want to come down halfway down the ice and have a look at it or something.
Exactly. I mean, like, especially if you have somebody telling you it's at 5 o'clock when it's really at 7.
There you go. That's, yeah. Maybe that's why you did so well.
Right? I need to rethink
Shot.
a lot of strategies here.
That was a little mean. Roger Vaughan's first rock. Or second rock, I guess it would be. And he has put a guard up, but it's full 12, protecting that shot stone. And I would say that is definitely second stone too. So Alberta would be lying 1 and 2 right now, with one halfway in the 8 and the 12, and the other full 12. And they've each sort of claimed one side of the ice or the other. 2 BC stones are on the left-hand side, and the 2 Alberta stones are on the right-hand side.
And that one that just came in is at 5 o'clock. So we actually do have something at 5.
You got it.
Finally.
5 o'clock somewhere, Amber.
That's right. We got there.
Jimmy Buffett told us that.
That's right. And I would say my downfall was that I apparently cannot make draw shots.
Are you
Any other shot you need, I got you. But
Are you
draw
a
shots?
takeout more?
Yeah.
Is that your game?
I
as
guess.
opposed to draw?
I thought I could do a good draw. Over the course of this week, I have learned I cannot. So
Well, you need a couple of.
I'm gonna practice that.
Well, you need some excuses too. You can blame your sweepers, and there's lots of opportunity there
I'm
for.
good. They're great. My team's amazing. I'm taking full responsibility. I can't draw worth anything. Every time was a draw. Any of the real complicated ones where you just come into a pocket with like a hot shot, I was fine, but a draw, nah. I would all fall apart. It was wild.
It is tricky especially when the ice is this keen and that, like you get used to your home rink.
Exactly.
And the amount it takes there for a draw shot, and then you come to a rink like this, and it's almost like learning a whole new game.
It was wild.
From a weight perspective.
Yeah. It was so fun though. Wouldn't trade it for the world.
Good stuff. Fraser Hilt.
And it's actually almost better because the other team saw how much I was struggling. So every time I did get a draw shot, they cheered. So it felt like I was winning. So, I'll take it.
That works. Fraser's first rock here. No sweeping required. As he's attempting a takeout here. Actually not. He's coming the other way. I thought he would be doing a takeout. He's going to tap his in. Nice rock, but it's still second. They've got 3 stones in there, but it's still second shot. So we're looking at Alberta's shot, and BC would be 2. Alberta would be 3. BC would be 4 and 5. Nice little tap in by Fraser. Just not enough weight. He could have got a little more on that. He might have bumped it back to have, because you're needing about pretty well full 8 to be shot. The Alberta stone is about 3/4 8. We are on the fourth end of play here on Sheet C at the Granite Curling Club in Edmonton. Gold medal game of the Canadian Vision Impaired Curling Championship, hosted by the Canadian Council of the Blind. And Natalie Morin throws her second stone, final stone of the end. British Columbia having last rock, or the hammer. Natalie's in the hack now, checking things out. Natalie's got a great slide. I'm impressed. If I could slide half that good when I was curling, I might have made it a career.
She really does.
She does.
I slide. I don't use a cue or a crutch, and I can't slide half as good as Natalie.
No, she's good.
Such a good slide.
The walk has been delivered as it hits the hog line. No sweeping required thus far. She's got beautiful weight. Just a little touch there, right on the center line.
Center line, about 3 feet up from the house.
Just take that shot that Fraser just threw away from him for a second time, I think. Alberta line 1, British Columbia 2, Alberta 3, BC 4 and 5, and 4.
How many years did you curl for, Corey?
Well, that was many, but that would be sort of giving away my age.
Number.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Too many to remember.
Like, there was those years and those ones as well.
That's it.
A few more in between.
My back didn't like it anymore, but I'm sure I got about 20 or 30 years in while I was doing it. I enjoyed it.
Such a good sport.
It is. It really, really is. And we used to just love going to the out-of-town bonspiels, and in Alberta, I lived in Edmonton at the time, and you'd go out to some of these small communities, and the rinks would be little tiny rinks, but so you'd roll into town thinking, oh yeah, we should be able to beat these folks easy, and they knew their ice. They just whipped us every time. They were just so familiar with their own facility and that. But it's really a social game, and it's You just get together afterwards and talk about the game, and that's such a big part of curling.
Absolutely. Yeah, the friends you make along the way are so important.
Yeah. Final rock of the end coming from Fraser. He's positioning it now.
When I moved to Regina is when I started doing blind sports, and I made most of the friends I have in the blind community because of blind sports like curling, and it's just so important. And then to come to competitions like this, you make so many more friends.
For sure.
It's also neat to just try something like this, because I didn't think I could curl anymore. It's just like, oh no, it's not really. It's neat to know that it's something you can do again. Like, that's still something that's a possibility.
Yep. Rock has been delivered by Fraser. He's coming from the far inside. He's got a lot of weight on it. It's going to hit his own. Beautiful shot.
Wow.
Tapped right in. So he got a nice little roll inside, right into the forefoot. And let's see.
So yellows. 1, 2, 2 yellow for sure.
2 yellow for sure. So we got a game.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Good stuff.
Speaking of a game, we're keep an eye on our out-of-town game there, and it looks like Team Canada has scored another point, so we're at 4-2 after 4 ends in that game. I heard I put the score up.
Put the score up. Put that score
That's
up.
right.
Make sure. Get it up there.
So halfway through the game, it was 6-2 game. So I guess they only had one that time.
Okay. That red must have.
I thought it was close enough for a measurement, maybe, but they thought otherwise. That's why I'm up here and they're down there.
Good thing we're not in charge of this.
Exactly. So it was 1 for British Columbia, so it's a 6-2 game after 4 ends. With Alberta having the hammer in 5, so Monica delivers her stone first. Beautiful line. And it looks like pretty darn good weight, too, as it approaches the far hog line. It's curling a fair bit now, but there'll be a nice guard for sure, just short of the house.
Yeah. It's about halfway between the house and the hog on the left-hand side.
On Wednesday evening, we were entertained by Liam and Andrew Creswick, who were here to help us out with trivia. Had a fun time at trivia night, so we really enjoyed them doing that for us too. And thank you go to both of those gentlemen for hosting the trivia on that evening. Good fun. I didn't win, not even close.
Saskatchewan came in 3rd, so we kind of sort of won that.
That's something to take home.
Absolutely. Yeah. We were proud of ourselves.
Beautiful rock by Laurie Heisert, 4 foot. Touching the 4 foot, I think. Great weight.
Yeah, just between the 4 and the 8 at just 6:30.
That works. Fraser calling for a draw up to it.
They did music trivia, and you think you know the things until they start asking you the questions,
Yeah,
and then you realize all the things you don't know.
I know. I was all excited. I heard 70s tunes and that, so I thought, well, I got a shot, but no, it wasn't even close.
One of them was it was the next line to Rocket Man. I'm sure I know the lyrics to Rocket Man. I definitely don't know the lyrics to Rocket Man.
No. Well, I thought it would have stopped it just before an easy one, but no, I'm the same way. I mean, I've heard that tune about 7,000 times in my life, but so Monica taps the Alberta stone a little further, so they're great weight by both the leads. So we have the Alberta stone in the 4 foot, and
it's sitting on between the 2 and the 4.
That's correct.
So just at 9 o'clock, and the other one is in the 8. The yellow's in the 8 foot at 7 o'clock.
Laurie Heisert's second rock coming now.
Can hear that tappa tappa tappa?
You got it. And they're on the brooms. Natalie falling behind, calling the ice. That's taking a turn to the left. So, after lead stones, we have Alberta line 1 and British Columbia second shot.
Oh, it looks like it's still in play. It's just really close to the edge.
That's right.
I wasn't sure if that one would...
Yeah, those are the ones you end up tripping over later because you forget they're there.
Yeah. A little bit too close to the edge. We joke, the joke in Saskatchewan is they crash out when they hit the edges. That's our word for the edge ones now. And so we don't say they die, we say they crash out.
They crash out.
Which is a more modern term for when you kind of freak out on something. But we enjoy saying it, they crash out.
We are in the 5th end of the Canadian Vision Impaired Curling Championship 2026 from the Granite in Edmonton. Thank you for joining us.
And all the teams that have come here have on some most have matching clothing for their teams, which are quite lovely.
Yes,
so
I
BC's
see.
in black and Alberta's in blue.
And let me guess, Saskatchewan green?
You betcha. Green and yellow.
It's tough to be green.
It's tough to be green. That's really the problem here. It's tough being green.
It's tough being green.
Although I have to tell you this, the granite they did decorate for us. All of their ribbing on the side here is green and yellow, so they knew Saskatchewan was coming.
It is.
I like to think.
Elk colors.
That's right.
I almost said Eskimos.
Oh.
Can't do that anymore. Nice rock there, delivered by Henry on the second stone. Tapped Laurie's back a little bit. I think he would be shot.
Yeah. So now there's yellow sitting on at 9 o'clock in the 2 foot, or sorry, the 4 foot, and in the 8 foot there is one at 7 o'clock.
So we're getting quite a cluster in the center of the ice there, with 2 British Columbia stones and 1 Alberta stone. And I think Natalie is calling for the removal of at least 1, if not 2 of those yellow stones while they're still open.
Because there's the 2 gardens, but they're too far over to be of problematic consequence. Curry, I'll podcast with you any day. The things we could talk about. The controversies.
So much crap in here. I know there's scissors in here.
If not, I can go to the bar and grab theirs.
We could call it blind leading the blind. We get a million views. What are you looking for?
Maybe you better look at the line. Okay. All right.
No, don't end it all. It's not worth it.
Slit my throat.
Especially not with a pair of scissors. They're going to take a while. We don't have time for that.
Oh, I found them. Sharon.
Sharon, come back. You found them.
Oh, okay. She found them. In the bar, I think.
No, she's coming back.
Oh, okay.
She's coming back to you. She wants your scissors.
I'm on yours.
Everything's in
Mary
there.
Poppins. Mr. Poppins. Mayor Poppins? I don't know.
Yes, yep, I know exactly. Yeah, it's always.
So it's not recording, no, or just your part?
Yeah, it's at this point. That's where we're at in the feed. Yeah. So it's just behind.
Okay. Good, thanks.
It's weird because it's like just a couple seconds. It's like, wait, I know those people. 35 watching. Yeah.
Some more technical difficulties. I'm not hearing. Sorry, folks, we are dealing with a myriad of technical issues here. Six to 3 is our score. We are now in the 7th end of play. Alberta leads 6 to 3. We've gone to plan C or D or E as far as audio is concerned. So unfortunately, we're not able to hear whether we're even live or not, but we're hoping and assuming we are. So we are looking at 1 British Columbia stone. And it looks like the thirds are throwing rocks now. Mr. Viss is in the hack. The 6-3 game. British Columbia is lying 1 rock at present, 6 o'clock, and fairly well guarded. Lots of garbage out in front of the house. Unfortunately, we're on a 1 mic situation, so if you're wondering what happened to Amber, she's stepped aside for a moment as we try to sort out our audio difficulties here, and we again sincerely apologize. It's just been a bit of a nightmare here with the internet going down and a couple of other technical issues. And we're doing our best to resolve those as soon as possible. We have 1 British Columbia stone in the house at present. We have 6 rocks in front of the house, long guards, but still a possibility of drawing in. For those of you wondering about our other game, we still have, we don't have a score in there right now. Nova Scotia is still leading Team Ontario, or Team Canada by a score of 5-2. But we'll continue our focus on the Alberta British Columbia game. And the Alberta stone just delivered. Attempted a draw weight, but it's got too much weight. It's through the house. We're in the 6th end of play. At the Granite Curling Club, you're watching coverage of the Canadian Vision Impaired Curling Championship 2026. At the moment, British Columbia lying 1 stone. And I think they have decided they will curl far out to the side with an out turn, draw, to perhaps put a 2nd stone in there for British Columbia. Only 1 rock in the house as we speak. Again, it's situated about 6 o'clock in the 12-foot, biting the 8. And they're going to play the outside edge because there's quite a bit of junk out front. And rather than risk the possibility of perhaps moving one of those other stones in, particularly the ones that aren't theirs, they have elected to draw in via the outturn far side as Fraser is in the hack with his first of 2 stones. And he looks like he's on the broom. It's probably a matter of weight. Probably a fair bit stickier out there, so it'll be difficult for him to come in. But he has some fairly decent weight. If nothing else, he is in the full 12. So good weight from Fraser. I thought it was going to die out there a bit more. So again, that's why he's curling and I'm not. So British Columbia lies 2 in a 6-3 game. Sorry, while we were away, British Columbia scored. They've got 3 singles now, scoring in the 1st, 4th, and 5th. And Team Alberta scoring in the 2nd and 6th. Or sorry, 2nd and 5th. 2nd and 3rd. How's that? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 6th end action, Canadian Vision Impaired Curling Championship from Edmonton. Thank you for joining us. And again, our sincere apologies for the technical difficulties that have happened throughout the broadcast. Like I say, technology is wonderful when it works. And subsequently, we've only got 1 mic to work with, and I think we flipped a coin. It probably should have gone to Amber, but it didn't. So one of us will try and guide you through as we try to fix our second microphone, and hopefully we can wrap things up with Amber back on the mic. Natalie Morin is in the hack. And we're looking for either an outside hit or an outside draw at least. Natalie's got that amazing draw weight. Rock is delivered. They are on the broom. Now they've called off the sweeping. Now it's back on. They need to get a little roll or a little rub. So she takes that second British Columbia stone out and rolls. She's still biting the 12 on the outside at about 3 o'clock. So we've got a rock at about 6 o'clock belonging to British Columbia, and we've got a rock at about 3 o'clock in the 12-foot. And aggressively, British Columbia is going to try to take that second Alberta stone out, or at least draw in, probably draw in. But they've taken ice at the edge of the 12. So it looks like British Columbia is trying to get at least 2 here, relinquishing the hammer. So getting more than 1 would be something they'd hope to do. Fraser approaches the hack. He's a seasoned veteran in the curling game. I know he started out with the Edmonton Bind Curling Club, and Fraser moved out to British Columbia and now curls in Vancouver and has his rink here participating in CVICC in the gold medal match. Delivering the rock. Sweepers are on it right away. And they've been called off. Reaches the hog line. And it is biting the 12, full 12. Full 12. So that is second stone. Beautiful weight by Fraser there. And he's looking at 2 now with Natalie Moore and having 1 rock to go. Again, folks, we apologize for the technical difficulties this afternoon. Sometimes you get everything all lined up and teed up and expect the unexpected. So we realize a lot of you have lost the audio feed on a couple of occasions, and we apologize for that. Hopefully we can finish this out without any other delay this afternoon. CVICC 2026 from Edmonton, Alberta. Alberta Sports and Recreation Association for the Blind, ASRAB, is celebrating their 50th anniversary. They were very willing participants in this event and sponsored one of the lunches. So we thank them for that. We thank everybody at ASRAB. If you are a blind or vision impaired athlete in the province of Alberta, we strongly suggest you contact ASRAB. Lots of programs and activities and sports that you may or may not wish to become involved with, but give ASRAB a call. It's Alberta Sports and Recreation Association for the Blind, ASRAB, celebrating 50 years. And again, we thank them very much for their support of this event in Edmonton. Another individual we want to thank is Yvon Lafort. He's our umpire. We'll tell you a little more about Yvon as the afternoon goes on, but Alberta deciding they are going to try to draw in on that far side. Yvon Lafort comes to us from Sydney, Nova Scotia. He's our head umpire, has all the credentials in the world. He's been a tremendous support to blind curling in Sydney and Cape Breton, and has also agreed to come out and join us for this event this year on a volunteer basis, and we thank him very, very much. The curlers love him. He's very skilled at what he does, and we really appreciate his involvement with blind curling, not only at this event, but throughout the years in Sydney. Natalie is in the hack. Big shot here. We are in the sixth end, and she delivers as she goes for tries to outdraw Fraser's 2 stones, or at least get a tap on one of the other stones and perhaps roll in. The rock is approaching the hog line. He's taken one rock out, so it's a hit, but still it leaves 1 for British Columbia. So British Columbia stealing their way back in here. Gain another point. And we are looking at a 6-4 game with 2 ends to go. The Beverly Optimist Club made a sizable financial contribution to this event, and we thank them very, very much. We had the pleasure of meeting a few of the Beverly Optimist Club members the other night at Trivia Night. We thank you very much for your support of this event and your continued support of blind curling in Edmonton. Very helpful. Obviously, it takes a lot of financial resources to host an event like this, and we're really thankful for the Beverly Optimist Club in supporting us at CVICC 2026. 2 ends to go, gold medal game, Canadian Vision Impaired Curling Championship 2026 from the Granite in Edmonton. Monica Nelson in the hack, delivering her first stone in a 6-4 game. We are going to have a dandy finish here. Monica plays lead for the Vancouver team out of the Vancouver Curling Club, along with Henry Viss, Dave Viss, and Fraser Hiltz. And sweeping is Tom Kennedy, and Pat Willing is the coach guide, who won their way into the final by defeating the Team Canada rink from Prince George, who were the defending champions of the event. Laurie Heisert in the hack, delivering her first stone. Laurie plays lead on the Alberta team. Steve Vanderetz, Roger Morin, Natalie Morin, Carrie Anton, and Mandy Collins round out that rink. Carrie is the sweeper, and Mandy Collins is the coach guide. Laurie delivers her stone. They're on the brooms, just crossing the hog line in front of the house. Probably could be utilized for a guard of some type. In fact, Fraser's wanting to draw weight in behind it right now, taking advantage of perhaps Laurie's stone. 2 rocks delivered, 7th end. Monica 2nd stone. Is delivered. An out-turn draw. Perhaps got a little wide of the broom, but still in play. And the sweepers have jumped it right away, and they're on it. 3 sweepers, in fact, trying to get it over the hog line, and have been successful in doing so. In fact, they've dragged that quite a bit. It's probably about 2 feet in front of the house, right on the center line. So it's going to be one of those ends again, plugging up the center. Lots of guards out front, lots to come behind. Laurie's 2nd stone coming now. And Laurie delivers the rock. Following closely, they were on the brooms, now they're off the brooms. Looks like Laurie could be on one of the British Columbia guards out front as they slowly let it die. And it just rubs the guard. No, it's actually past the guard. Or may have just rubbed it, but it's still out in front and again could be used as a guard. So we have 4 rocks thrown and 4 rocks in play, although being outside of the rings. As Amber alluded to earlier in the broadcast, if you live in an area where you think you might like to try vision impaired curling, if perhaps you've lost some vision, please contact Canadian Council of the Blind or your Sports and Rec for the Blind organization in your area. Just give one of us a call and we'll be happy to put you in contact with an organization or group that may be able to help you out, or contact your local curling club. Don't necessarily have to be an established league in your area. If you are interested in participating in curling, it's a great sport socially and recreationally. And again, the sport can be modified to handle your specific needs. Henry Viss delivering his first stone. And it looks like they've called for a tap in with the 4 stones being out front. And it looks like he may be successful in doing that. No, he slid right by. Just got a little tap, but enough to keep his shooter in the back of the rings. If I'm not mistaken, once the bodies clear out, I'll be able to tell you. Yes, it is still a biter in the back of the 12. So Natalie's calling for a draw, using that as backing with an out turn, far right side of the rings. 1 stone in the house belonging to Vancouver at the back of the 12. Well, I should say probably about a 7 o'clock position if we're using the 12 o'clock rock. Steve's delivered his first stone. Sweepers are on it. Just approaching the hog line now. And he's rubbed on the front guard. So he's left a bit of an opening for a draw in, but he just rubbed the guard. I think it would have had excellent weight if it just didn't catch the corner of that. So we're still looking at 1 British Columbia stone, the 7th end. Team Alberta leads Team British Columbia 6-4. Fraser's calling for a draw through that port that was just opened up. Stones delivered by Henry. Got a nice slide too. Experienced curler from way back. And there's no sweeping involved. Now they've jumped on it a little bit as it starts to come. But it looks like he could get a little rub on one of the front red and roll in behind cover. He did get a little tap there. Enough to slow it down. So, in fact, Vancouver now is lying 2. The little rub he got and roll was into the forefoot on the center line. So Natalie is calling for a takeout. So we're looking at a rock at about 6 o'clock and a rock at about 7:30. The 6 o'clocker is in the forefoot. The other rock is biting the 12. So Vancouver would be lying 2 right now. Steve's second rock. Attempting a takeout. Looks like he's right on the stick and right on the broom. It's coming over a bit now. And he did get it and lost the shooter also. But the shot rock has been removed. Or the lead first rock anyway. First counter had been removed. Did lose the shooter. But a successful takeout there by Henry. Those of you unfamiliar with curling, a curling sheet is about 146 to 150 feet in length. Each rock weighs 42 pounds, made of granite. T to T, 114 feet. So Google tells me anyway. How can they be wrong? British Columbia stone, again calling for that draw to replace the one that was just taken out by Alberta. Sweepers are on it as it approaches the far hog line and left it short, but definitely has taken that area away from the Alberta rink. In head-to-head competition, round-robin competition, it was Alberta 7, British Columbia 4, which is interesting because right now it's 6-4 for Alberta. But of course, we have an end and a half to go. Round robin competition, Alberta completed it with a 7-0 record. Team Canada 6-1, followed by British Columbia at 4-3 and Nova Scotia at 4-3. But the British Columbia team beat Nova Scotia 8-4, thus claiming third place. Ontario had a 3-4 record. Manitoba New Brunswick a 2-5 record, along with Manitoba, but 7-6 New Brunswick victory over Manitoba gave them the edge there, and Saskatchewan was 0-7. Delivering the Alberta rock, Roger is a little wide, but got a beautiful little roll in, and in fact is now shot rock. Rubbed the run of the guards out front. I don't think they anticipated he would stick around, but he certainly did, and he is shot rock, and he is buried. So Alberta is in good position now. I think Fraser is calling for a simple draw right into the area there at the back. It's about all he's got. There's very little he could do. That rock, that roll he got was in behind a lot of cover. So Fraser's just going to elect for a draw. Third stones, seventh end, CVICC. And David delivers the rock. Sweepers are on it. They've got to hurry or they're going to rub against the front guard. And in fact, they are not in time. So they've rubbed the front guard, left a bit of an opening there for a draw if required. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rocks out front. So it's getting quite clustered. And that may dictate what Alberta does moving forward. I guess their options would be to draw again or to plug that hole that was just created by David. They're looking things over right now. As we're in the 7th end, Alberta leading 6-4. If you're wondering what happened to Amber, she's still here. She's still sitting beside. She says hello. There you go. We just thought it'd be better if we took the mic away from her. Not. Yeah, we had an arm wrestle for it. We apologize again for the technical audio difficulties we've had today, but we're trying to give you as much as we can of this match. And it's a dandy. 6-4. Team Alberta leading British Columbia. Skip stones. Well, actually, Alberta still has a second, third stone to go. So 3 rocks Alberta, 2 rocks British Columbia. Roger Morin will throw his second of 2. And it looks like he is attempting to draw into that port that was just created. There's a fair bit of room there. I guess the feeling is that even if he's light, he could plug it up and take it away from British Columbia. Rock is delivered. Nice soft weight. It's got a fair bit of curling to do. In fact, it's not curling. So Roger was a bit outside on that one. And he is way off to the side on the 12-foot. It just didn't curl at all, whether it didn't have a handle or what happened to it, because that certainly isn't, I'm sure, what they were attempting to do. 7th end CVICC gold medal game. We'll give you a final score of the other game when it's available. They've taken the score down already while we were dealing with our technical issues, so I'm sorry I don't have that for you. Skip stones to go in the 7th end. Again, Fraser will just attempt to draw. There's still that wide open port there, although there's a lot of junk out front. There still is room to come in.
There's just a bunch of cards.
And Fraser releases his first of 2. No sweeping required at the moment. It needs to curl a fair bit to get it by the guard, and he does not. He taps on the guard. It's just basically widened that port now, so we've got another yellow rock out front, which makes it, about 4, 5, 6, 7 rocks out front now, but there's still a wide opening. It still is feasible to draw into the middle of that pack. And that is exactly what Natalie Morin will attempt to do. As it stands now, Alberta lies 1. British Columbia has a biter at the back. And Alberta leads this game 6-4. We're in the 7th end from the Granite in Edmonton. Big crowd forming here at the Granite to come watch the home team and are very pleased at the score thus far. With the undefeated record in round robin play, they're hoping to extend that winning streak with one more victory today. Natalie releases the rock, they're on it. Sweepers. She's got a nice line. It's past the hog line. In fact, beautiful line, just a little bit light on the weight. She did go by the guards, and it would have been just buried, just a bit more weight or even a little more sweeping, and we would have had an extremely good rock. But it's left out front too, so it's getting awfully crowded out front. But there's only 2 rocks to come. With BC scoring last end, they relinquished the hammer to Alberta, and Alberta has a 2-point lead. As Fraser comes down the ice, delivering his second of 2 stones. And Fraser again will draw in, or attempt to draw in. It's a funny looking house. The right side, or coming to draw weight from the out turn, is wide open. We have about half a sheet of ice open there, but it seems to be giving them a little bit of a hassle. Here comes Fraser out of the hack. And the sweepers are following it just to keep it clean. Now they're on it. It's got a fair bit of curling to do on the sweeping hard, but it doesn't seem to be coming over at all. So he's going to rub on the far guard. Tightens that port up a little bit. So I'm not sure whether Natalie will attempt to come through there or leave well enough alone and take one and give up the hammer in the 8th. They're looking at it now. Alberta lies 1. We are in the 7th end. 1 rock to come. Alberta is counting 1 and are leading 6-4. Natalie steps into the hack. Sweepers are on the ready. Carrie and Steve have that task. And Natalie is attempting to draw in and take that second point if she can get it, which would give her a 4-point lead. So we saw her do that yesterday, take an extra point that nobody thought she would take a shot at. She was very successful at it, so maybe she can do that again today. She's delivered the stone. Sweepers follow close. Nobody's on it now. Looks like she's nicely through the port. It's going to be a weight question. And it looks like she may have it, unless it curls too much. Unless it curls too much, it's by. She's getting a nice little roll. And in fact, Natalie will get 2 points, if I believe. They're looking at it now to see what the deal is. And it looks like 2 points Alberta, which will give them a 4-point lead coming home. And we pin that up. So a big 2 points for Natalie, who once again took a shot at it. Rather than just living with the 1 point, she was aggressive, went for the 2, got the 2. So good for her. And we have one end to go. Laurie Heisert in the hack. Alberta throwing red stones. And have an 8-4 lead in front of a home crowd at the Granite in Edmonton. We're happy you could join us today. Going to be a difficult challenge for British Columbia to come back. But never say never. Laurie's first rock. Sweepers are on it, coming this way. Looks like she's got great weight. She does. In fact, they may have overswept it. I believe they have done just that. So it's out of the back of the house, and I think we can consider that one overswept a tad. But far be it from me to create controversy. Eighth and final end. CVICC 2026, hosted by the Canadian Council of the Blind, the governing body of blind curling in Canada. This is probably our 18th year of hosting the event, which traditionally was held in Ottawa, but as of last year was decided to move it around the country a bit, give everybody a taste of what blind curling is all about. Monica delivers her first rock and just short of the hog line. So we have Laurie Heisert back in the hack for her second and final stone of this event, barring a miracle and a tie. And they're sweeping that just to keep it clean. But once again, I think Laurie has given it that little extra weight on very keen ice. The ice here has been great at the Granite. Once again, we thank the Granite for all their support and help. They've done a great job all week. Ice has been pristine. And everything about this club is first class. And we appreciate their support and help in every aspect, from their staff to their volunteers to their ability and their dedication to detail and everything they've done for the blind curlers this week. It's just been tremendous. Second stone from Monica. They're on it. And again, she's probably holding back a little bit based on Laurie firing her 2 stones through. So she is light of the house, about halfway between the house and the hog. It is 8-4 coming home. CVICC gold medal match from the Granite. Natalie just calling for a draw into a wide open house. Has one guard. Yeah, great. I have to talk, and Amber's into the snacks. It's just something wrong with that deal. I think I lost that deal. Yes, I can. Thank you, Amber.
I'll enjoy the snacks on your behalf, Corey.
Thanks, Amber. So kind of you. Right through the house for the British Columbia Stone. I'm avoiding any contact with this situation here. It's just not fair. One of us has to work, and one of us can eat snacks. 8-4 coming home. Henry Viss.
You don't need to give the commentary of Amber as well as the commentary of Curly.
I think it's important Viewers want to know what Amber's doing right now. It's Henry Vest delivers his first stone. Of course, British Columbia needing 4 to tie. So it's imperative that they start putting some rocks in the house. And he's got nice weight there. I think that one's going to be a keeper in behind the guard. Beautifully placed. Nicely done. Into the biting the 4. So guarded up. Beautiful stone, beautiful weight. British Columbia lies 1. At about the, we'll call that the 3 o'clock position. But definitely behind cover. But it's a long guard, so Natalie can still come at it, and she is taking that challenge right now to either draw into it or take it out. Taking ice just off the center line with an out turn. Steve's first rock. And I think he was a little outside on that one. As it stays on the other side of center and just crosses center line now. Through the house. British Columbia needing rocks in the house now. They're down 8 to 4. In the middle of the 8th end. We thank you folks for tuning in wherever you may be viewing this or listening to this. Appreciate your joining us today. Hope you've enjoyed the coverage as we wind things down. The British Columbia stone delivered. Looks like it might be a little too heavy. Again, down that very slick center line. And in fact, it is through the house. So 2 rocks are out of play for British Columbia. They are counting 1 with 1 long guard, but they're running out of stones here. To the 8th end of an 8 to 4 game for Alberta over British Columbia. The Edmonton Blind Curling Club are on top in their home rink and about to become, barring some last minute heroics by BC, the new Team Canada for the event. Rock delivered by Roger. He's going for a takeout on that yellow. Needs to get by the guard, and he is by the guard. What a brilliant shot. Gone is the British Columbia stone, and Roger also loses his shooter. So wide open house, nothing in play. We are awaiting a British Columbia stone now, and now they have to pretty well put everything in play. They've got 3 rocks back here and 1 out front. So 4 rocks remaining, and they need 4 points. So it's a critical time for British Columbia now, who played just an outstanding game against Team Canada this morning to get to this final. So they certainly have curled well all week and earlier today. It's been some outstanding curling here. Congratulations go out to all the teams involved in the event. It's been some great matches, some great curling, and of course, wonderful camaraderie and networking and socializing amongst all the curlers from across Canada. Rock is delivered by David, and they are pounding it and sweeping, and it looks like he is just short of a biter. We're about 2 or 3 inches short of the house. A little more weight, it would have been a perfect guard again. He would have replaced the one he just took out. Natalie looks like she's calling for a takeout to take that raise away. You would need a raise and roll in anyway on that. But it looks like Natalie's just trying to run them out of stones here. And she's calling for a hit on that one, even though it's out front of the house. Natalie curling with her father, Roger, who was honored at the event this year. And we're happy he's still involved with the program. And he's a great, great curler throughout the years. I had the privilege of curling with Roger many, many years ago, and it's something I truly enjoyed for sure. Roger releases the rock. Looks like it's going to be a bit inside and through the house. And now British Columbia are looking at perhaps raising that front guard in, getting a wick, and perhaps putting 2 stones in there. Incredibly difficult shot. But it's pretty well all they have. The final end. Once again, score is 8-4. As we're looking at our final stones here. David delivering. They're on the broom. And they need to get it by a guard, which they have. And they're tapping that one that was left out front, so it's into the 12. So that's all she wrote. They have run them out of rocks, so we can consider that game over and done with. And the new champs of the Canadian Vision Impaired Curling Championship are the Alberta rank, skipped by Natalie Morin. Third, Roger Morin. Steve Vandermitz. Lead, Laurie Heisert. Sweeper, Carrie Anton. And coach and guide is Mandy Collins. So congratulations to Team Alberta, who defeat Team British Columbia in this thrilling match to wind up the Canadian Vision Impaired Curling Championship 2026. Hope you've enjoyed the coverage. Again, our apologies for the technical difficulties. A special thanks goes out to Amber for co-hosting with me from Regina, even though we only got to hear half of Amber. Half of Amber is better than no Amber every time. So thank you all for joining us today. We'll look forward to doing this again next time around. Support the blind curlers. If you're an individual who might think they can benefit from joining a blind curling league, please reach out to one of the organizations, whether it's CNIB, Vision Rehab Canada, CCB, Blind Sports in your area. Whomever can put you in touch with like-minded individuals or interested folks that can give you a hand putting that together. Participation is the key word, and if it's something you enjoy doing or even something you haven't ever tried, blind curling is a great sport and recreation. The teams gather out there for some photos, and we again are declaring Alberta the champions. Congratulations to the Alberta rank from the Granite Curling Club in Edmonton. And with that, we thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for listening, and a pleasant good day.